Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News.
RSN Podcast.
Yeah.
Happy 4th.
Yeah. Happy 4th for everybody watching. Hopefully you were safe during the 4th. When this airs, it will be a little bit later. So.
Yes, sir. What we talking about today, man?
Man, we got to send out some congratulations real quick.
Okay.
So we got Kelly Uchez. She got 1 billion views
Ooh.
for her song "See You Again."
Man, that's a huge milestone.
Mm-hmm.
1 billion.
1 billion.
Woo.
I think the only other Latina artists that have done that is Curl G and I'm not sure.
Man, big shout out to you.
Drawing the blank.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Olivia Rodrigo, she's trending #1 for her song "Vampires" right now. So congratulations to her.
Okay.
And we got some new music that came out this week by Lil Uzi Vert, "Pink Tape."
So we got the purple tape. We got the pink tape.
Got the pink tape.
Okay.
So I checked it out. For me, it sounded kind of repetitive on a lot of songs. Like, pretty much like he used the same producer.
I was just about to say that. Usually when you hear that, it's like, okay, it's same producer produced most of this album or the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. So I could definitely hear that. A lot of his fans didn't like it as much as some of his past material. But the good thing about it is that he had such a good first week sale. Like, he did, I think 200,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 200,000 these days.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. I just think that he should have got, maybe some older producers.
Okay. We getting spicy now. Who would be the best producer for Lil Uzi Vert, or top 3 for him to work with? Older producers. I
think Pharrell, Timberland.
I knew it was gonna be Pharrell and Timberland for sure. I didn't know who the last one was gonna be.
Yeah, Pharrell on this show. Pharrell gets a lot of love. We talk about him every other episode. Somehow, some way, Pharrell makes his way on the Rap Sports News. But Pharrell, to me, is the #1 producer ever.
Okay.
Timberland, he knows how to just get those acoustics down.
Yeah.
For each artist he works with.
Okay.
And then Dre, he makes beats that's personal to the artist.
Okay. I can't disagree with that. I think I'm gonna throw a wild card out there.
Who?
I'm gonna throw a wild card out there. And I don't know how this would sound. But Swizz Beatz.
Swizz? Yeah.
Because the styles are so different, but the same, but they fit at the same time.
You might have a T.I. Bring It Out type of moment.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Because he makes some stuff that you that's a Swizz, but then he makes some stuff that is it's just a hit. You know what I'm saying? You got the Swizz hits and you got he make bangers. He got you know what I'm saying? You go all the way back from X. You go all the way back from just so many different people.
Yeah.
Even the Freddie vs. Jason album.
You got Jay-Z working with him. He brought
on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? He got
Cassidy. There's so many.
There's so many.
So yeah, I just think just producers, more producers. It's not that anything was wrong with the producer he worked with. It just, for me, it's too repetitive.
Okay, and I'm gonna pivot real quick before we keep going. I haven't watched the verses in a while, but you talking about producing, you got me thinking, you got me feeling kind of way right now. Swizz Beatz versus Pharrell. Go.
Pharrell, all the people that they've worked with the same people basically.
Yeah.
Because they're from the same era. But I like all of Pharrell's songs more. I like Change Clothes more. I like songs like who else? Songs with Snoop Dogg, Beautiful or That Girl.
Swizz got some stuff too. You fancy, huh?
I like it, but not as much as Pharrell's stuff.
Okay. But I would like to see that. I think it depends on how they put the catalog together, in the order they play the songs.
I don't.
You don't think so?
So out of 20, I think it would be like 20 Pharrell, 0 Swiss.
What? Oh man, Swiss got some joints, man.
He does.
Swiss got some joints.
He does. One of my favorite songs by Swiss was "Bigger Business" featuring Cassidy, Jadakiss, and Snoop Dogg.
All right. I wonder. I don't think we'll ever see that, but that'd be interesting.
I don't think Pharrell wants to do it.
Like the one that never happened with.
I don't see who would really challenge him.
Okay, so
maybe Dre could go at him. Maybe
DJ Khaled. No. What you call Drama wanted to battle Khaled before?
I think Khaled wins that.
Khaled, yeah, I think Khaled wins that, but Drama puts up a good fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Drama been around for some time.
He had a good run between what was that, like 2005 to maybe 2015.
Yeah, I mean he got some joints, and then also I think Drama is more for the streets. Of course, Khaled is more worldwide.
More for the club and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. What else we got?
We got Darlene McCoy, gospel artist, got discriminated against out here in Buckhead.
That was crazy.
Right. So basically, she went to a restaurant and she ordered some food. She said she was excited to go there because one of her friends was telling her about it, that they had like some veggie cheesesteak or something like that. She goes there, orders her food, tells the guy her name. Hey, I'm Darlene. She gets the ticket back, and it says Darky on it.
Wow. That's wild foul right there. Like how do you even react to that? Like how do you keep your composure and react to that?
You smack him in the face.
It's crazy, right? Because one, I think, all right, let me just back up. Sometimes people feel like they should treat everybody the same, right? Everybody should be treated the same no matter what. Mm-hmm. But I bet you, for some reason, if they would have known the backlash would have came the way it is coming, because she's famous, they wouldn't have done it. Doesn't make it right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make it right. It just exposes, once they got exposed, and then they're like, oh,
it was a typo.
It was a typo. But if it wouldn't have got exposed and it was swept under the rug like they wanted it to be, they would have just kept doing it.
Yeah, it would have been the next person that comes.
Yeah,
they didn't know. They didn't know she was famous.
Yeah.
Like, in a lot of these people's minds, like, how they picture you in their head, that's how they think the world is. Mm-hmm. It's like, obviously that's not true. There's reality, then there's your fantasy.
It's crazy, man.
No one cares about a fantasy.
No, not at all. And, I'm happy people are starting to speak up, because it's been plenty of times where I've witnessed things in the past where people who things happen to, they just kind of like let it go and was going about their day. Mm-hmm. Not no more. No. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the problem. We can't just let it fly and feel like it's just gonna go away and not happen again.
With all these camera phones, all these podcasts, and now the uprising of black media, like me and you and some of the other people who are starting to start their own podcasts, you're not going to be able to just do anything without at least people knowing what you did. Nah,
not at all. Not at all. It's I hope, and I think to a point where we were talking about before, I think they should, they got to implement something into the law for some kind of racial discrimination fines or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what race the person is, the offender is, like there should be some kind of fine to your business, something. You know what I'm saying? Because it might not change until that happens. You everybody was talking on the phone while they was driving until they like, you're going to get fined, you get pulled over. And people still do it, but they're more mindful of it. You know what I'm saying? If you put a fine on it, start touching them pockets, then they're going like, all right, we got to get our act together. Yeah.
Gotta back off. But yeah, I'm sad that happened to her and that she had to go through that. She definitely didn't deserve that. She's like one of our best gospel artists. One of the few people out here with like a good heart, good soul, trying to put positivity into the world.
Yeah.
And then have to go through that.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate, but
do that to like Sukihana. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't do that to any black people, but
man.
For real, like don't attack like the nicest people.
It make me think like I need to start looking at my receipts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no lie, I always think that's always in the back of my head sometimes.
Like dang.
Like what name did they just put?
Yeah, I didn't even look at the receipt. I just bought it and.
Nah, I be looking.
I need to start looking at. I'm looking at my receipts now, just so y'all know.
And y'all look at your receipts too,
please.
All right, so this next one, this is the heated part of the show. Uh-oh. This is where it gets serious. So Billboard put out another list. Top 50 greatest rap groups of all time.
Listen, man, how do we get in touch with Billboard? We need to talk to somebody.
We need to be on the board.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that list was dusty.
Salt and Pepper
was number 8.
Over
the Migos.
Over
Dipset.
Over
the Locks.
Oh man.
No, let's go through the top 20 real quick.
All right.
We can do the whole list some other time. No, let's go 25 because I want to talk about some of the people on there.
Anticipation is killing me. Nah, but it's yeah. This was a very disappointing list. I don't know who's making these lists. Y'all need to get it right. Y'all need to get y'all just need to get better people to make the list.
25, the Hot Boys. The block is hot. Block is hot.
25?
25. Diplomats, number 24. Diplomats belong in the top 10.
I mean, beyond music, the influence alone.
Had everybody wearing pink back in 2004.
Big T-shirts.
Big earrings.
I had my first earring. I still got a mark on the back of my ear because it was so big. Like, I had a super huge earring.
Yep. I remember that time. 23 was the Sugar Hill Gang. So, I mean, they belong on the list, but maybe number 50. Just to show respect.
I gotta put my head.
Just to show respect. I mean.
Oh, he said number 50. Yeah, y'all belong on the list just at the end.
Bro. All right. We got the Locks at 22. They belong in the top 10. Got Bone Thugs and Harmony at 21. They belong in the top 3. UGK belong in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
They were number 20. G-Unit was 19. They belong in the top 10.
Had the whole world saying, G-Unit.
3 6 Mafia was 18. I think they belong in the 20s somewhere. Cypress Hill, they can be number 49. Beastie Boys was 16. They can be 47.
Yeah.
Naughty by Nature was number 15. They belong up there. You know, Treach was like one of the best rappers in the 90s, so I can't really say nothing bad. Fugees is 14. They belong high up on the list. But
14.
I think that's... Mobb Deep was 13. And they're dope.
I put the Fugees over Mobb Deep.
Would you?
I don't know. It's I don't know. It's side by side.
Cause Mobb was ill. I grew up listening to a lot of their songs, and just lyricism alone was different, especially for how young they were when they came out.
Yeah, that's true.
They were both like
15 or something.
Yeah, they were young.
Okay, I can't get mad at that.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 was number 12 somehow. Do you know any? Never mind. Migos is number 11. I think
sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
There you go. The Migos was number 11. I think they belong in like the top 5. You know, they were the number 1 group the last decade between 2012 to 2020.
Yeah, Migos had a super huge impact. Who's right before them?
The Roots.
Okay.
And the Roots is dope. You know, Black Thought, Questlove, like, I don't know, they're a really great group. I would probably put them somewhere between 10 and 20.
Yeah.
They belong high up on the list because Black Thought's one of the best rappers in the world.
Yeah, oh, for sure. He was, okay, Black Thought, I think that my first time seeing Black Thought perform live was at one of my first A3C events. And that was like inspiring. That was inspiring.
So number 9 was De La Soul. Number 8 was Salt and Pepper.
All right, so
Push it.
I wouldn't put De La Soul before the Roots. And I sure as heck would not put Salt and Pepper at number 8. No disrespect. No disrespect, but
Salt and Pepper can be 51.
that's a bonus. They just made they didn't make the list, but
Like, man, this is like my mom's favorite group.
what they say?
What are we doing?
Honorable mention.
Like, how did they make it in the top 10?
I wouldn't put them in the top 10.
Freaking Queen Latifah was better than them.
Man,
Okay, so Eric B. and Rakim was number 7. Rakim, another one of those who's one of the best rappers in the world. But
yeah, for sure.
Where do you think they would belong between 1 through 10, 10 through 20, or 20 through 30?
See, Eric B. and Rakim, the thing about them is they influence a lot of our favorite rappers.
Yeah, for sure.
So if it wasn't for them, I mean, Jay, like everybody, Nas, Jadakiss, everybody looked up to them. I don't know, maybe right where they are, maybe 5, 5 or 6.
That's good.
I would say 5 or 6. So for them to be at 7 on this terrible list, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Like I said, Rakim's one of the best rappers in the world. Public Enemy was number 6 before Rakim and Eric B.
Public Enemy.
So, no. Digest this. Eric B. and Rakim is in between Public Enemy and Salt and Pepper.
Oh, my God. I gotta hit the button. No, it just can't be. I'm sorry. It just can't be. I would. No. I can't agree with that.
And Chuck D was a good rapper, but I mean, it's maybe in the 30s somewhere.
I mean,
Public Enemy
in the 30s. Nah, I can't say that.
You think they belong higher?
Because the message they brought, like, I feel like they brought a.
Remember, there's a lot of groups out here.
There is, but okay. So we talking strictly music or impact?
I'm talking all around.
They got to be up there. Because it's like when you say Public Enemy, that's almost like saying Run DMC.
Yeah, for that time.
For that,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? For what they brought to music, like it's almost like when you talk about NWA and they like F the Police and all that.
But I feel like Flav brings their grade down.
You think so?
Yeah.
He's their hype man.
No, he made songs.
Fight the power, man. Fight the power.
911's a joke in your town.
Fight the power.
He was out here rapping. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
And Flavor of Love.
Okay, so
It all brings them down.
Okay, so let's not think about Flavor of Love because that hurts the stock. Outside of Flavor of Love, I think they should be good.
So we just disagree on them. I don't think they belong very high, but it's cool. All right, so number 5 was Run DMC. Now I can't be mad at Run DMC being in the top 10, of course. They pretty much are the ones who brought hip hop to a level where everybody gets to eat.
Yeah. Walk This Way broke down
My Adidas,
barriers.
like all of it. They were pretty much like the first rappers going platinum super fast and selling out their tours.
Okay, you know what? They might be on the list, but I was just watching the video the other day. The Fat Boys, they on the list?
I don't.
Because I'm thinking about that era. I'm thinking about that time.
I know Heavy D's on the list, but I don't think
Fat Boys not on the list. Or Method Man and Redman?
I think so.
Okay, I was about to say.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
All right.
But I think they were in it.
Okay,
I know Wu-Tang's in it.
Yeah. I'm like, Meth and Red.
Okay. So number 4, Tribe Called Quest. And I think that fits, to me, that fits perfect. Tribe is like the one answer you can say, and I'm like, all right, okay, Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, I can't disagree with number 4. I mean, I'm not against it. As long as they're in the top 10.
Yeah, they belong in the top 5. To me, they belong in the top 5. NWA was number 3. What do you think about that?
Well, I got to say to myself, who are 2 groups that are better than them? And I think the 2 groups that are on there are better than them. So, yeah, I guess so. I guess that works. I'm not mad at it.
I think you could swap them with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I think Bone Thugs with
which is kind of crazy because Easy put them on.
Yeah. But I'm thinking Impact. I think NWA Impact is bigger.
But Bone Thugs' music was better.
Okay. Okay.
If there's anyone you can just like sit down, drive, and vibes to some old school music, and like they're like, oh, for the next hour we're gonna play Bone Thugs. You ain't mad at that. I mean, you might not even be mad at NWA either, but
that's a tough one. Just because you got Dre, Easy, Ice Cube. That's tough, man. That's tough. That's a toughie. Plus, I feel reason I'm
busy, crazy, lazy.
I'm looking at it like, okay, but NWA didn't just affect the whole coast. It affected,
everything.
Saying?
Yeah,
everything.
They were a big group, man, for sure. And we got one of our top 3 best producers out of that too.
I'll swap out. I'll swap out Bone Thugs with Salt and Pepper.
And put them at number 8. I'm not mad at that either, though. But yeah, okay. So number 2 was Wu-Tang, which seemed like a generic answer.
Yeah. Who's number 1?
The best one. This is the one they got completely right.
Dun 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 dun.
Outkast. Big Boy Andre, 3000.
So okay.
Number 1 group.
If we talking, because we're in the South right now.
There are no better groups than that.
They better than Wu-Tang?
Yes. They're better than all the groups.
If you feel like
even groups outside, They're better than the Egos.
I want to hear you in the comments.
Better than
Let us know in the
Chicago.
comments.
Better than Pink Floyd.
Let us know in the comments how you feel. Is Outkast better than all? Is the best group across all genres? That's the question. That's the question. Is Outkast the best group across all genres
I'll say
up
yes.
until today?
I'll say yes.
I want to see these comments.
It's just the magic of Outkast, bro.
Yo, you trying to tell me that Outkast is better than Salt and Pepper?
The list says so.
Oh man, yeah, this was an interesting list, man. We hardly ever get a list that actually makes sense, but you know that just gives us more reason to make our own.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
All right, ready to move to some news?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we had Shirley Ralph have a TED Talk. Talk to us about it and break it down.
Yeah, Shirley Ralph, she had a TED Talk, and it was really good. It was really good. I try to watch, I love to try to find me a good TED Talk from time to time. I aspire to do one day, and so I watch them and try to keep up with them, right? And so she was talking about her upbringing and growing up and just all the things she dealt with as a, African-American woman or just American woman, however you want to put it. The racism throughout her whole life, she dealt with discrimination from other kids in schools, from teachers, this and that. But then she got to the Hollywood aspect of it because she's a Emmy Award winning actress. Like everybody, when you see her face, you're like, oh, that's what you're talking about. Everybody. When I was growing up, I knew her as Moesha's mom. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so she was talking about an experience she had in Hollywood, one of many. Excuse me. And so she mentioned about a time where she was going to audition for a role. And basically the director, producer, whoever basically told her and acknowledged, like, you're a beautiful, talented black woman. The problem is, what am I supposed to do with you? That's what he told her. He said, I can't put you, nobody wants to see me put you in a movie with Tom Cruise or one of our biggest actors. Nobody will watch that because you're black. You're a woman. I'm like, whoa. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of people from her era had to deal with discrimination in Hollywood, especially during that time. A lot of them didn't get paid the way they should have gotten paid. It wasn't just her. We've heard so many stories over the years.
Oh yeah, it's plenty. And it's crazy because it's like you shouldn't be surprised to hear it, but when you hear it, you're like, you know what I'm saying? It makes you feel away because we've seen so much stuff like that. So that's the reason why I say you shouldn't be surprised to hear it, not condoning it. But you hear that all the time, which is unfortunate. But, I think we got to change our own narrative, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I saw, who was it? Tyler Perry. I think he bought, and I don't know if maybe,
BET?
I think he bought BET and VH1.
Okay.
And so, steps like that, taking actions like that is a step in the right direction to change the narrative.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, our own media is what's helping us out the most.
Yeah.
But it was great to hear from her. And, yeah, also, I remember her as being
Moesha's mom, right?
Moesha.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely spent a lot of time watching that show.
What's Brandy doing these days?
I don't know. Isn't that Ray J's sister?
Yeah. I'm not gonna comment.
All right. So let's talk Bud Light.
Uh-oh.
Bud Light sales still plummeting 2 months after their campaign. People still protesting against them.
So what's the background on this?
So basically, Bud Light, they had a commercial where they used a transgender woman to market it. Okay. And a lot of people felt like they were pushing politics down their throat and forcing them, I guess, to be indoctrinated into some of the things that America's pushing right now. They even put her face on the can, and I guess that was too much for some people.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's when I first heard this story I was thinking when I first heard it, and that's why it's good to listen to the context of it. Because when I first heard it, I thought it was like, oh, there was a trans person on a commercial promoting it, and because that's what it was, we're against it, and if trans people are drinking it, we don't want to drink it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm against that. I feel like, everybody should have equal rights to drink, eat whatever they want to eat, no matter how they live their life, right? Now, I see everybody else's perspective on the flip side, because I didn't know that they put the image of the trans person on the can, and I guess was being influential with it, I guess you could say, right? Because I think the unwritten rule is no religion, no politics, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like being forced in with the beer and stuff like that. Whereas with the drinking, it's like, I can understand if you like, okay, we don't promote. If it just said Coors or Bud or whatever on the can like normal, and they still had that commercial, I'd be like, okay, well, what y'all bugging for? You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not against the commercial, I don't watch TV anyway. So I was
gonna see it. I was gonna see it through the internet.
Yeah. So
they pushed it into the
algorithm. You put it on the can, then it get a little touchy there.
Right. So so they're saying that the sales have dropped so much that a 30-pack is $8 now. So
all right. So if you're a beer drinker in these economic times,
it's a good deal.
Of inflation.
If you don't care,
what do you put it?
Lost like 70. They only lost 25% of their base, so they still have 75% of the people still coming in to buy.
Well, for everybody else who don't really care,
it's a deal.
It's the 4th of July. Go get your drinks at a discounted price.
Right. All right, so we got some other news coming out the Supreme Court this week.
What they talking about?
They strike down affirmative action in schools. You can no longer accept someone based on race.
Well, that goes two ways though. One, I don't think affirmative action has ever helped. But on the other side of that, I mean, you can go down a rabbit hole with that. But the other side of that is, come on, let's be honest. If a school is predominantly one race and you have to say yes or no to accept a person in there, you don't think they're making their own personal judgments, you know what I'm saying, anyways? Mm-hmm. So I feel like it never was a thing. Like I feel like it was never here nor there for me.
Yeah. Another thing, like some of these people, they get into these schools, right, these Ivy League schools, and even if they did get there based on their race, if that was the thing, they still have to do the reports, still have to make the grades, they still have to get the diploma themselves.
Yeah.
Or degrees or whatever.
You got somebody to do it for them.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we're going to let you come in because you this color, and we're going to do the work for you.
And everything's free. And we're going to give you free food.
Nah, it don't work like that.
So, yeah, people, they're going back and forth between the left and the right now. Ultimately, I think it's a good thing. I think this will put more of our people in HBCUs. And I think a lot of the other groups are going to end up having to go to HBCUs too.
Yeah, hey,
some of the ones that push this.
That's what you get. But you know what? Mix it up.
Yeah, so I do think ultimately a lot of them Ivy League schools are going to start being pushing in one direction. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll check it out next year with the statistics.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, news out of Baltimore and Philadelphia. Unfortunately, we've had multiple shootings, and it just seems like this keeps happening.
Yeah, it's. I mean, every other day you're hearing about another shooting. Almost every day, and we've been talking about this how long now? You know what I'm saying? Like this is the new normal. Unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. At least like 10 years of this going on, basically.
Yeah, it's too much. But at the end of the day, how do you control it? How do you control it? Well, you can only control what's in your house. I heard I it might have been a sermon. T.D. Jakes or somebody said something interesting. They said how people were saying, like, the world is based off communities, and communities are based off of households, and until things won't change until everybody get their household together.
Agree.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when you think about that, it sounds very simple on the surface, but it's very true. Like, if you break it down from, okay, United States is broken up into communities. Communities are broken up into households. If everybody focused on their household,
things would get better.
Exactly.
But I mean, I think America, out of all places, has anti-family laws due to the corporations that fund our politicians.
That's true.
So they're doing things that purposely break up the family.
That's true.
So I think America's the number one place in the world where we have 23% of single mother homes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like almost triple what all the other places are. But we're a little bit bigger, so to be fair.
Yeah. I mean,
ourselves.
we got to help ourselves. And it starts with everyone in their homes, but then, like you said, it starts with the laws, the lawmakers, the people who we voting for, all that kind of stuff. We need people who want to keep the families together in an office.
People who care.
Yeah.
I think they're working on like little things here and there, but there's politics involved, so it hurts it ultimately.
Politics as usual.
So you have good intentions for something, and then someone comes along and be like, "Oh, but if we do it this way, we can get rich." That doesn't work. Everybody
focus on the bag, and nowhere ain't got nowhere to put the bag.
Right. Everybody
it's crazy.
It's gonna be wild. I do wonder what's gonna happen in the upcoming decades with everything going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think
how things will look like even 5 years from now.
That's what I was about to say. These next 5 years is gonna tell it all.
Mm-hmm. But rest in peace to the people that lost their life, and at least in Baltimore, pretty much everyone survived except for I think two people.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. They opened fire on 30 people. They opened fire on the entire crowd, hit 30 people, 2 people died. I think in both shootings, some kids were injured. I don't know if they were killed or not, but I know kids were hit. So it's nonsense, man.
All right.
It's nonsense.
All right. Let's lighten up the mood some.
Yep.
Talk to us about trades going on. Damian Lillard, James Harden.
Oh man, Dame time. So everybody want to know where Dame gonna go. They say he requested to go to Miami. But there's other teams out there that, plenty of teams that want him, things like that. People, reports of different people trying to recruit him to go to different teams here and there. At the end of the day, I don't know. I think him in Miami would be interesting. Dame in New York would be interesting. Dame in Boston would be interesting. They said that I think Jason Tatum or somebody was recruiting him there. I think, to me, it's up to the owners and all that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Miami is a lot warmer than Boston. I would love to be there first. So I think it's between Miami and Boston where he gonna end up.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's and then with James Harden, it's a possibility he might re-sign with Philadelphia 76ers. But there's some other teams like Houston, I think Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, is out there. But James Harden, he's one of those players that's gonna go down as a great player that never won a ring. Unfortunately, sorry, I'm not trying to speak that into existence for you, but Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, one of those kind of players that they made their impact, but they're not gonna win a ring.
Right. Well, time will tell.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get into some of the messy combo going on today. We got Michael Jordan. He was asked if he approves of his son Marcus and Larissa's relationship, and he said no.
Man, I think he lying. I think he lying. Man, Pippen been talking so much about him lately. I think Jordan set that up. Jordan. I think Jordan set that up. Jordan over there, he
sent the DM himself.
He like, Pippen ain't got no shoes. No, I think he capping.
I don't think he is, because I'm sure. I don't think Larissa's good for the family. Larissa.
Yeah, I don't think she's good for the family either. But I think if they're not engaged in nothing, right?
No, I think he's just playing around. But
yeah,
at the same time, you probably don't want her around like that.
I mean,
what are you doing here?
I mean, look, Pippen been hating, right? I'm telling you, Pippen been hating since the whole Last Dance thing, COVID was going on. He been hating on Jordan. He been salty, talking about Jordan was sorry or trash, whatever he said before the Lakers. I'm saying Lakers, the Bulls team. They won the 6 championships, got together, and all that. He was talking all crazy and all that, and all of a sudden, his son is with his ex-wife. Come on, man, that's get back right there.
And it's crazy, right? Because she's 48, he's 32.
Exactly, that's get back. He like that. We're gonna get him.
There's a 16-year age gap. She could have been his babysitter when they were young.
That's what I'm saying. That's what make it even more special. That's the get back right there. I'm telling you.
All you had to do, that's like what Marcus is doing is like a dream job, right?
Yeah.
This is Jordan's son.
Yeah.
You get the legacy. When Jordan's gone, you get the keys to the kingdom. All you have to do is not disappoint your father.
And he's not disappointed. He's living up. He's getting extra right now. This is a bonus.
I would go off of what Jordan said. So, they could have kept this hidden. She has a bad reputation around the industry from jumping from dude to dude. So, I don't know. It's just.
Hey, I bet you wearing Jordans. She got the new sneaker drop.
And then why not just mess with someone on your level that no one knows? Yeah. Why are you going after Pippen's ex-wife?
So I'm telling you, this is all calculated, man. That's my point. That's proving my point right there. He could go anywhere in the world, figure out a situation anywhere. Why Pippen? Right after Pippen, couple months after Pippen made that big statement, everybody been blowing up on him about when he's talking about Jordan. He's talking about my dad, right? Because he couldn't do it. Jordan he got remarried and all that, and it would be way too messy if he did it. So he's like, I'm gonna send my son.
Sent one of his sons.
Sent one of his sons.
All right, so that's your theory on it.
I believe I can fly.
I think his son's just being messy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, that's get back.
All right, someone else being messy. Aisha Curry again, looking for attention. She was on the reel. Some dudes walk out with some drinks, and she pretends to take her ring off. Then Jenny Ma kind of plays around, be like, stop, cut it out. Trying to save face.
Steph, my guy. He's one of my favorite basketball players. So I got to take this approach differently. You know how you had that one person, that one friend, or you ever had like someone you was dealing with, or a friend, or anybody you out with, and you just want to tell them like, yo, act like you've been out somewhere before.
Yeah.
That's how she is. However she feel inside, she don't know how to control it. It feel like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you said, she feel like she want attention. She made that statement before how she wanted people in her DMs or something like that, because everybody be DMing Steph and all that. It's like, look, man, when you at that level, when you at a certain level, you got the attention. You shouldn't be chasing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you there. You won.
You got, she gets the Rolls Royce, the mansions, the flights, the first class.
So does that go into there's a void and money can't buy happiness?
What is the dude serving drinks gonna give her happiness?
Listen, Steph need to they need to make Steph dark skin. They need to put some stuff on. I don't know, man. Think she got some kind of fantasy she ain't get fulfilled yet or something. Cause I don't know. It's something missing there. I'm telling you, something's missing.
I would say tread lightly before he fulfills his fantasies.
Yeah, man. 80-20, what 80-20 rule? Mm-hmm. Be careful.
Because you can lose a great thing.
Be careful what you wish for. You want attention, huh?
The streets is waiting.
Streets is waiting.
Yes, sir. So, you got anything else to add?
I do. Let me pull it up. I took a screenshot earlier of something I wanted to ask you.
All right.
And ask everybody watching here. Which album of these classics I'm about to name would you consider the best? You ready?
Go ahead.
Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
All right, so my answer is biased.
Okay.
So there's a universal answer, and then there's my personal answer.
Okay.
Which one do you want?
Your personal answer.
Is Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's what I chose too.
Yeah.
That's what I chose too.
Just because I remember when it came out, and I remember like being surprised at how good his music was.
Yeah, I think like you said, it's a universal answer, and then it's the personal answer. And I screenshotted it. This was my choice. Whereas in blue.
Right.
So I chose it because that's the one that I connected to the most. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the music on the other ones, but that's a time when, like, in my life that I won't forget. I remember, and not saying other times are either, but I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I was a lot younger when All Eyes on Me came out, when The Chronic came out, when Doggy Style came out. I was way younger. When Get Rich or Die Trying came out, I understood everything he said. Like, all the lyrics, like 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no gray area. Right. Like, I understood exactly what he was talking about. So
pretty much everyone was going to pick Tupac on that. And that's a really good answer, of course. But for me personally, it was 50 Cent. Yeah, the universal answer is definitely All Eyes on Me. Personal answer, Get Rich or Die Trying. I want to hear what y'all answers is. Write it in the comments. Best or classic album. What's the best one, or what's your favorite? I guess you could say Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, Dr. Dre, The Chronic, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, or 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Yes, sir. All right. So if you guys made it this far in the video, we want to say thank you.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. My name's Canary Balance.
Slyce.
Peace.
Boop. Happy 4th, y'all.